Hello and welcome to Scythe and Shield, a GrindExp Diablo 3 podcast. Hello, I am Dr J Dredscythe, and I will lead you on this adventure with my coughing through great discussions and great people on the larger topics of the day, as well as getting behind the BattleTag of the community personalities that you know and love a little bit more and get to know them a little bit more intimately. So, with that, here's a little guest intro. I'm actually very excited to have this person on today. A few people have been around on this adventure of mine, not only with Diablo 3, but the creation of the GrindExp community itself. From helping laying down the art direction and the style to spiritually giving me information on how to do these podcasts as well. He's now moved on to his own glorious Diablo 3 website and spreading the good word of hacking and slaying monsters from now until infinity. So with that, I am honored to welcome to the show Enkeria. Hello,
Thank
Enkeria.
you. Thank you. Greetings.
Yes. Yes, you didn't see that in the prep doc.
No. I thought I was prepared, but currently not.
No. You are not prepared. Oh. Okay, this is much wild as I gotta get into this show.
That's good. That's good.
So what has been up? I know we've been talking before the show, but what's been going on?
Since we talked last time, plenty of stuff, you know. I've been promoted as a green poster on the Battle.net forum for Diablo. Can't remember exactly how, but was something about Vaneras, the EU CM poster. That actually we got official announcement of being a fan site for Diablo 3. So very excited, and I need to thank you for that, because you were the man who made it possible for me to contact them. So thank you, Dred.
Oh shucks, you're making me blush. I'm all red now.
Other than that, I've been working with graphic designs. I made some intro videos for some streamers. I made some overlays for streamers. I have been doing some type of music, Diablo related, just for fun. I don't know what else. Updating our Swedish site with Swedish news. You know, I have to translate everything you say or any other say from Battle.net or Diablo 3. I translate to Swedish, so it's a lot of work just by doing that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then the clan function, a lot of clan stuff and related. So plenty of things going on Diablo related.
Yes, very much so. And it's nice to hear that you're still keeping yourself busy.
Yep. You need a hobby. Other than that, I work out a lot, but that's not Diablo related, so we can keep that off the podcast.
Like, how many squats do you do a day? I do 30. I do 2 sets of 30. Like, okay, let's not go there.
Yeah, something like that, plus more.
Oh, see, we're doing it anyways.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move into the first part of the interview. For those who haven't listed before, this is basically just a standard set of questions that I have set up, and after that, we'll move on to the more rapid fire questions. Tricky questions. Tricky questions indeed. All right. So first question is, where does your name handle Enkeria come from, and is there actually any history behind it?
The short version, I actually only have a short version. I am the owner of a company and I needed a cool name, so I just imagined what would sound cool as a company that would represent, instead of just having a name that represents the company, I wanted the company to represent the name. So I came up with Enkeria. And before I took the name, I tried to Google every kind of language, and I didn't find anything that were related to it as much. There were one language, but it wasn't negative. It was just a common word. So what the heck? Enkeria it is then. So that's practically the whole story, and it has been The nickname I took when I created the BattleTag and when I created YouTube for all the YouTube videos. So it has been stuck and related to Diablo ever since, even though it's a part of my company as well, graphic design.
Okay.
So that's the short story.
I feel I know a little bit more about you already. All right.
Tiny bit, yes.
Small bits and pieces. All right, how old are you, as always, if you dare? And what's your profession, work, or study?
31 years old. Profession, well, I do a little thing of everything, I believe. Marketing manager, maybe, graphic design, web design. Work is my company, so people can hire me if they want anything to do. If they want their lawn to be mowed, I can do that with my company. If they want me to draw a tattoo for them or tutorial or whatever, I can do that. If they want me to make an intro for their YouTube, I can do that. So pretty much in the media, but also everything else if they can hire me. And studying, I don't do study at the moment, but if I were studying, it would be Japanese or graphical design, deeper stuff, or maybe programming. Maybe do cell phone applications or something like that. I can't do that yet. I wish though.
Yeah. I'm kind of on the same lines. Like, learn a language. Learn how to program something.
Yeah, Japanese is good if you're traveling to Manhattan. Konnichiwa, Dred.
I'll be like, dude, we're in Manhattan.
Get me a burger, damn it.
Like, okay, better.
Okay, fine.
Alright, what was your first time seeing or playing Diablo? Whichever one rings truer or better.
We have a local store, a very tiny store where you could go in with your current games and you could trade them in for other games. So the first time I went to this little local tiny shop, I saw Diablo on a shelf for a PC. I looked at a huge face and I thought, wow, this looks cool. And I looked at the backside of the box and these were interesting. I never played anything role play liked before. So I thought, I want this, but I couldn't trade it because I had PlayStation games, PlayStation 1 games. So I could only trade with PlayStation 1 other games. So I got some money for it instead, and then maybe a month later, I haven't heard or seen anything Diablo related since. But then they got it for the PlayStation 1. So I actually got Diablo 1 for PlayStation 1. I played it in Swedish. They had Swedish language in it. So it was kind of fun. So that's my first time playing it and getting it. So I actually waited 1 month before I could get it.
All right. Well, you probably kind of touched on this. It's probably the same story, but was there a particular person who got you into the game? I mean, I know you kind of just said it, but was there any? I guess was there anyone else who played it with you? I guess would be now a better question.
It's a sad story, bro. No, I've always played solo. So I played on PlayStation. I always played solo, and always Act 1, always. So it took me a while before I got a PC and I could play PC games because I borrowed my dad's computer and I don't think he could run Diablo if I got it. But once I got Diablo 2, I played it solo, and then when expansion came out, Lord of Destruction, I actually got one friend, and he taught me that you could spell out things with runes, and there was something that's called cow level and such things. So. And I didn't use the internet back then also, so it was kind of fun to learn the hard way. I remember Ral Ort Tal for a shield. That was no, that's the only thing I learned with the words. But there were so many cool things by learning from a friend. So I had one friend, and then later on I got another friend, and we played co-op with TCP/IP over internet a few times, maybe 3-4. And then when Diablo 3 came, I was swooshed into communities all over. I was so hyped, and I got a lot of friends. So it has been like a ladder for me, from 0 to what you have 150 in a clan now, so it's a plenty of people.
Yeah, it really is great now to have, even if clans are nothing but envy at other people's better jobs than yourself, at least they're in there. You can talk to them and be like, oh man, like, I'm joining your game, you have better luck than me.
Yeah, they're going to expand the clan function, so I'm very excited about that.
Yeah. It's glad that they're gonna do that, because at BlizzCon when they first announced it, it was like they barely showed it. Like, there's not much here, guys. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. It was like a question mark too. I was thinking, where is the clan function? Where is the PvP function? And we got brawling, at least. So, yeah.
Alright.
Not gonna talk about brawling.
No, that's a sore subject.
Next subject.
Yeah. Next question. What has kept you going through all the years playing Diablo as a whole?
The community, of course. If it weren't for all the people that almost all day have the same questions for me, then I would have gave up a long time ago. No, but when you expand as a person, you tend to think about how could it be, and it usually be that you have people around you that let you expand. So I wouldn't know how items and lore wise or anything would work in Diablo 3 if it weren't for the community. I know stuff, they know stuff, and together we're like be like strong community. Even though it could be only 5 people, it's still a community. So I think it's the people. I could say the people, right? Or the community. That's what playing made me play all these years.
Alrighty, and we'll finish off part A with this last question. Looking forward to the future of Diablo 3 as it is right now and where it's going, what are some of your biggest wishes for it going forward? Like to incorporate or to bring in or just make better?
I have plenty of requests actually. I think I could name a few if that's okay, or should I do just one?
List them all.
Handheld would be nice, offline. I do know they are creating for PlayStation, so why not have a PlayStation Vita, for example? That would be cool. Going through the bus and play Diablo for some minutes or something like that would be cool. Other than that, I wish to see the new Angel of Justice being a female, because Tyrael aren't longer a Justice Angel. He's the, what's it called? He's the other guy now.
Yeah,
he took Malphite's place.
Yeah, Wisdom.
There you go. So I hope to see a female there. We do know that ladders are coming, so I don't need to request that anymore. But yeah, another expansion would be great, or 2. I think we are going to have Oracle. Yeah, I can take that some other day, but I have a class in mind. I think it's going to be kind of like Oracle. Yeah, you can spring your fantasy around that. Would be cool. A few more acts, a few more monsters, some reskinning, a way for achievements points to unlock things in game. Maybe if you get 1000 points, you unlock something. For example, you can change color on zombies or something like that. Something virtual. something like that, along those lines. I have so many ideas, and I've sent them all to Blizzard, so I think they've read them all. I hope.
Yes, I was from what I always remember in all our discussions, past and present. We were never fell short in ideas that Blizzard could implement. I think that's always the issue that us as the players have, and probably even more so the developers have. Is like, because they're like, not only can they think of the ideas, they're the ones who could actually implement the ideas. But it's like, there's this nasty thing called time, and we don't have enough of it ever.
Yeah, no, I know. It's hard to. You have this huge list. I think they have a huge list on their office, and they just, what should we prioritize? The first or the second one or the third one? And then they have 1,000 things they can do, or they want to do. So yeah, time. That's the issue.
Yeah. All right. Surprised that was the first one. All right. That concludes part A.
Oh my god.
We're done with part A. And we're going to move on to the next part, which is dubbed the Best of Times, Worst of Times. This is a rapid fire question and answer part. I'll ask it anywhere between 6 and 8 questions, and you'll just have to give me the best response you can, and then we'll move on quickly to the next one.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I should get like Benny Hill music for this segment. I really should. I have to make this segment a little more exciting than it probably really is.
Okay, I'm not ready. Shoot.
All right. Your favorite act or place from any of the Diablo games?
Well, Act 1, Diablo 2, because I played it as much as I did.
Alrighty. Favorite character build from any of the Diablo games?
I got a lot of help with Whirlwind Barbarian, so I still kind of miss the Whirlwind Barbarian, even though it were totally broken.
Yes, very much so. A class you shouldn't legally be allowed to play for the fear of bringing the entire class down a peg or two.
Brawling Wizard.
Okay.
It's too hard.
What was your worst accidental salvage that you happen to remember?
Yesterday, good belt for my barb. Actually, first upgrade after a few months.
Oh, that's painful.
It was Immortal King, but hey.
Oh, that hurts.
We'll find it anyway later on.
It's like a set item. It's like, ooh, it's green. Salvage line. You can stop. No.
Yeah, it was a facepalm there, but yeah.
Alrighty. Sorry. Should we let's pause and take a moment? Alright, moment over. Alright, next question. If you had to fight in one area again, would it be in heaven or would it be in hell?
Hell, of course. I'm a heavy metal guy. I need hell.
Alright. Next class to become playable, the tried and true necromancer or the druid?
Yes, both. Because you have oracle. It's too long to explain, but it's a little bit of both. You have a golem, and the golem can change into things, not you. So the golem is a shapeshifter, not you, but you control the golem. So.
An interesting variant of a pet class.
It's kind of a pet. It's a kind of necromancer and a druid as well, but it's an oracle based out of the islands of Scopes, or what's it called, from the Amazons. There's no mention if the oracle is a male or female, so it could work as a next class. Okay,
it's a little side tangent. It's funny you mentioned the Scovos Islands because that's what what Tyrael and his Haradrim messenger talk about in Adventure mode. So it's kind of interesting. You're kind of linking, Are you an oracle in real life? Are you a mind reader?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
I were right to like 99% of the Crusader, so I hope I'm pretty much right with the next class.
We shall see.
Yeah.
All right. Second to last one is, what item is a must-have for you?
Shard of Hate, because I wish to see the effects, not using the weapon, but the effects. I want to see the Diablo 2 effect once more. We have the Hellfire Ring, the new one with Diablo 2 effect from the lava and the Screaming Souls from the lava. So Shard of Hate is the thing I want to see. I want to own.
All right. And the last question we'll ask for now is, if you had any of the followers in-game, that being the Templar, the Scoundrel, or the Enchantress, which one would you love to have in real life?
Enchantress, the only female. I'm single, hey.
You'll take her.
Look, more footprints on the sand. Come, let's walk the beach, yeah.
Sure. I'll
Sure.
follow you. I'll follow you whenever. Wherever you go, I'll follow. I'll follow your footprints for all I care.
Oh, I was about to say the girl with the manly voice. Come follow me, footprints.
Oh god.
Oh god.
That's a whole nother podcast, my friend.
Let's go there. Not this time.
Yeah. Alrighty. So there, you made it. We are now done with part B.
Yeah, part B.
And now we move on to the topic at hand. And the topic at hand is patch 2.05 and the anniversary buffs. Are you loving it?
I am loving it. I have been playing... Well, I have had a break since the last patch before this, but since this came, I've been playing like a madman. I need more rift keys so I can do rifts. I love rifts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was I really wasn't doing... Well, I was doing rifts before this patch came out, but I was doing a lot more Act 1 bounties to try to get a Ring of Royal Grandeur. Still haven't gotten one, but in the process I got like 500 rift keystones plus.
Yeah.
So I just really wasn't doing rifts all that much. I was in a group, so I opened one rift, and then we, like 5 rifts later, we'd be done for the night. So I only opened up like 1 or 2 during the whole night. So doing that and doing the bounties, it's like, oh, I magically have 500 rift keystones. Oh, look at the anniversary buff, double rift fragments. Oh, I'll open up every rift now.
Yeah, rift and blood shards and items. Oh man, it's raining. It's raining legendaries on torment levels now. It's fun.
Yeah, it's really nice. This is probably at least 95%, if not where the drop rates were during the Friends and Family beta.
I play that too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is just like so nice. Even if you get like the most lackluster, no primary or even vit stat on like a belt, you don't care because it's like your third Forgotten Soul, and you get one off the Rift Guardian, and then once you do get that legendary, you have like 50 Forgotten Souls you can spend on it. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
There were a lot of bugs in the Friends and Family, so you got more legendaries from mini bosses. You know, the first boss you encounter in Act 5 in the church, you always got a legendary there, and you got the legendary on Skeleton King and some other bosses, mini bosses, and act bosses, or what's in between bosses. I don't know what's it called. Mini bosses. Mini me.
Mini bosses.
Mini bosses. Yeah, something like that. So it rained legendaries, and they almost always were something you could use, you could expand upon. So if you played Crusader, you probably did, because he was a new class in the Family and Friends beta. You got this Vitality Amulet, and it was an upgrade. So yay! was cool. And now you get at least a Forgotten Soul for crafting. And I love crafting as it is now. You don't have to find any white items anymore. So change things up into the better. I like that.
Yeah, and all the cost reductions for the jeweler as far as removing gems and upgrading gems.
Yeah.
I think they were a little late to that.
I think we could get some kind of buff in the future with more reduced blood shards and reduced gem costs and something like that. I made a post on the official site, on the forums there. People they were brainstorming things like all the white items are unbreakable and something like that in a week, or yeah, stuff like that. Go crazy with it. Different kinds of buffs and anniversary celebration kinds of things they could implement for a while.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, when the patch was data mined on Diablo fans, there are other code strings in there. One of them was Crazy Gadala, and that was reduced blood shard cost for her items. No one knows what the reduction was, we just know the code string. Another one was, I think it was double heraldic caches. Like you get one, you get two. And there was, I think there was one more, but I don't remember it offhand. But now that I'm beginning to think about it, and how wildly successful this anniversary buff is, and how people are liking it, but I also feel that it's not really breaking the game. I mean, yeah, people are getting more legendaries, but it's not like they're getting more, like, say, set items, which are like the holy grail. Yeah. I mean, I have gotten set items, but it's not like there's like giant windfall. Like I have like 5 sets fully completed. Like I have a couple sets that are about halfway there, one that's almost there. But who cares? I mean, I get one class with all the sets. Okay, I just move on to another class. In fact, it actually gives me motivation to level up another character and start getting sets for that character, because I don't feel I need to do as much of a time investment. And I hope that Blizzard sees that, because that would be awesome. Because if they took this buff and say made it the first week of a month, and then like Crazy Cadal was the second week of a month, and the double heraldic caches was like the third week, and they were just like rotating, almost like how they do like the WoW Battleground weeks or weekends, whatever it was. That would be pretty cool, because it's not that you would definitely feel some kind of motivation to do bounties that week versus doing rifts for the double blood shards another week, but it would give you a purpose to go into the game. Like, you wouldn't just go in and say, okay, what do I do? Then you would go and say, oh, double rift fragments? Okay, I'm going to do rifts. And it would give you, like, an initial goal for that week to do.
Weren't it double goblins?
Oh, yes. That was the other one. Yeah, it was like double goblins. So that would be like your adventuring, do whatever you want kind of week. That would be like the off-season week.
Yeah, I figure if they should have something like it for seasons and letters too. So the first or the last week in the month or the season they have a letter, they could have something very excited. Except for all the exclusive legendaries they are promising out on letters. So they could have it there. And I was thinking about something else. When the console version of the Ultimate Evil, Reaper of Souls, and Diablo 3 is released, we might see some kind of maybe that's when Kalala have crazy prices. I don't know, something to celebrate the console version. Anyway, for us PC and Mac owners, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
They could do it.
They could. It's not. I mean, it is Blizzard. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's a few months until then, so it's probably maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be so nice if, like, And I'm not trying to come off as like a super duper casual, and I don't want to work for my legendaries. Like, yeah, I've done the Rifted Forward just to understand the community behind it and see how much faster it is, which it is. But you can't play a Diablo game and say you could ever replace hacking and slaying monsters and just getting the loot off the monster itself. You can't replace that. I mean, there's like, okay, you took on 3 elite packs with your group of friends. It took you 5 minutes to get them all down. You all of you almost died like 3 times, but you all lived, and you see a bright, shiny green beam, and it's not Blackthorns, or a Wailing Host, or a Lilith, or a Compass Rose.
Compass Rose, yeah.
It's actually a set item for you, and it's an upgrade, and it keeps you going on. You can't replace that, and to artificially bring it back down and not give it any kind of consideration with these anniversary buffs, I think it would be a bad thing on Blizzard's part if they did at least consider it, or at least try to figure out a way to work it in. Maybe on the weekends, like every other weekend or whatever, or do it on the weekends when most people are actually able to play.
They have stated they love it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I really, because I just don't really see this anniversary buff being a detriment to the game. Like, people are getting too many items.
We need Forgotten Souls. We need more crafting. We need more enchanting. So,
yeah,
bring it.
bring it on. We bring it all. Because that also brings up a very valid point. It's like the legendaries are also part of the crafting, and you need 2 Forgotten Souls really to make any crafted item. So you always need more than. You always need to find more legendaries for that. So I really don't see it being a bad thing. I mean, as long as
worth mentioning here is that you and I we think like regular players, not pure hardcore that plays hours and hours every day. That's worth mentioning, because I can't play for hours and hours, and finding a Forgotten Soul makes my day, pretty much. Even though it's just 1 or 2.
Yeah, because the thing that people have to keep in perspective, which is the key word there, the more hours you play, it doesn't mean you're more hardcore or more casual, because there are some pretty casual people who play a lot, and there are some pretty hardcore people that play very few hours a day. So this whole hardcore players versus casual is very skewed when it comes to a game like Diablo. And if the people who are playing a lot and know this game in and out, they are in the small majority. It's like the 1% of the 1% of the game, and you can't really let that dictate the whole course for everybody else. No. I think that's where the original game went awry.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping that they at least take into consideration, or at least they're like, let's be the first week, and then like the first week in next month, like we'll see this again, because it would be nice just to have this as a goal. Like, oh, double blood shards, yeah, I'm doing refs, and it would give you, it not only would it give you a purpose for that week, it would give you a purpose for the other weeks, like bounties, double caches, okay, and I stack up my riff key fragments for when the double blood shard week comes around. So 1 week kind of helps, another week kind of helps, another week. So it would actually be mutually beneficial for them to kind of implement these things.
Yeah, it would make people play more all the time, not that week specifically, because you want more of everything in the game. It's about looting, right? So, and then think about the Horadric caches. We call it goodie bags in our community, because we can never go to BlizzCon and get the goodie bags. So we say we get the goodie bags in game instead.
Yeah.
And all this legendary Blackthorn makes me kind of miss Ivory Tower back in vanilla days.
Ivory Tower, the original troll legendary.
The original and best.
Like, ooh, legendary. Oh, it's
if you know what we're talking about, then you have been playing too much, probably.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, do you have any other comments or things that we may have forgotten on the topic at hand, or any other things that you may want to bring up?
I'm single. So, ladies, if you live in Sweden, just no. But we have a community. I think you can link it below this the podcast if you can. Except that there's not much. Just want to say thank you for this opportunity for our interview, and thank you for giving me the shot to contact Blizzard and make my dream come true with a site for my own Diablo related. So that's kind of cool.
Aw, you're welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, well, since you touched on it before, this is where you get to plug yourself and the website. Go crazy. Anything and everything.
Diablo 3 PvP.se. That's the only thing. We have a Facebook, but if you go to the website, you can find everything in the menus. And it's Swedish, but we have some English words in it. But yeah, that's the whole thing. And I have a website on my own. It's Enkeria.se. You can choose English language on that site, but I'm probably going to change that site very soon into something else. I don't know what, but yeah, check it out, Enkeria.se.
All right. So, thank you everybody for joining me on this Scythe and Shield number 4 with special guest Enkeria.
Thank you.
He is. And you can find us at GrindExp.com, Twitter, GrindExp, Facebook, search for GrindExp, YouTube, same exact thing. I did this the right way this time.
Ooh, legendary.
So yes, you can find us over there, and hopefully we'll get another Scythe and Shield out within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully my cough will finally be gone, and we'll have a new guest then. So once again, for myself, Dr. J Dredscythe, and Enkeria.
Yep. Thank you. Once more.
Welcome. Yep.
Thank you.
Have a good night, folks.
Bye.